Gaffer, your thoughts this afternoon?
Disappointed. Would have took a point before the game with how good Curzon are, because they are one of the best teams for me, footballing teams in the division. Possibly, I think at 2-0 with half an hour to go, I don't think, look, we wouldn't have took a point. We were comfortable, and then we've just let ourselves down massively. Yeah, the goals, change games, and before the game we talked about sort of mentality, the sort of processing in what are we, a results or sort of the way we set up and play. That's our process. We're a good footballing team and we stick to our principles, and we sort of spoke to the players about that, because I knew today would have been tough. If we got the first goal, I knew at some stage there'll be adversity in this game, because Curzon are a good team, and at 2-1 I just felt too many of them again deviated away from what we are and what we're about. 2-0 fine, 0-0 is fine, because we're trying to put our personality on the game, and I just felt second half, especially last 15, we looked uncomfortable, and I said to them in there at the end, if there was another 10 minutes we might have not got nothing. I think they wanted a point at the end as well, and I'll be honest, I was half grateful the fact that I think the manager's kicked the ball onto the pitch and wasted a little bit of time, because he's probably thinking 2-0 down, to 2-2, we're happy to go away with another point, and it's a point for their journey. Look, it's a point for ours. We've took 2 points off them this season. We've been unbeaten. They are one of the strongest teams in the division. But for us, I just think mentality, we were very, very sloppy for 15 minutes. And like I said, a few for me felt uncomfortable in trying to be brave in possession, clear minds, what we want to go and achieve and how we're going to achieve it. And we're not going to achieve anything like that.
Obviously, after a game like that, where you go up and you end up drawing 2-2, do you take more positives away from the game, or do you take more negatives away?
No, look, there's loads of positives. Positives, we've played from the Chester game, the Spennymoor, the Hereford, to today. I think we've probably been the better team in every single game. I know as a manager, you listen to managers talk, but we have possession stats and everything like that show that. Sucker punch with the Hereford, they had 2 shots all game, one of them went in. We were very dominant in that. So with the Spennymoor, we scored 4. We went to Chester and dominated for 90 minutes and won that. And today we've 2 up against a playoff team, and we've come up short. And I said to the players, we will lose lots of games between now and the end of the season. We're trying to make sure that we can be a success on our journey, and to do that we need to make sure we win games like this. And again, when I say games like this, it's not a disrespect to Curzon. Curzon will finish above us. Curzon for me will be in the playoffs. Curzon will be a team that they're probably the smallest club that will end up in the playoffs, but they'll be a team that I don't think anyone will want to go and play. Pitch is carpet, very good footballing team. Today, before the game, we spoke about this in terms of, like I say, adversity, and there's been a little bit second half and we weren't as good as I wanted us to be. I tried to prepare us for that, because it's not a footballing thing, it's a personality thing, it's a character thing. We can defend, but it's just our mentality of, are we trying to play for the result? We're 2-1, let's hang on. Didn't want to hang on, wanted to go and be forceful like we have been, go and press high up the pitch. Instead we retreated too much, and within that it's cost us a goal. But no, look, the lads have been brilliant again. Some real good performances in that. Just disappointed at 2-0. Possibly could have went 3 with a few counter-attacks that we had, because they were chucking bodies forward. We mentioned before the game as well that at any point we're going to dominate today, and they're going to find it very unusual, because they're normally dominant, and they're going to have to change shape. And when they do, they're going to probably match us up, which isn't what they do. They don't play the shape that we play, or the shapes that we play. They don't do that, so they had to go and do that as well. So we've got a lot of positives, and to be fair, praise from them. Said really good team, and we are. We're not the best in the division, but we're a good team. We're a solid team, and again, look, this is another point on the board for us, which is the big positive, because not many teams, and Curzon have been battering teams. I think Kings Lynn last week, 4-0, could have been 6 or 7. So we're disappointed, but again, it's a point on the board, and we can't sort of be grumble at that.
I suppose another positive will be the return of Ronan Mayer. Ram, who did absolutely brilliant today.
Yeah, Ram was I spoke to him on the way in. Weren't sure he was going to start him or not because of his lack of games at Walsall, but I just thought, you know what, he's different, isn't he, in terms of his drove past players, and he's caused problems for them. He's very hot-headed as well, and I like that about him in terms of he's tackling hard, and he's been booked, and he's got everything, Ram, and knew he would tire, but we gambled on him for 60 minutes and it paid off.
Obviously, we said last week he's still in the hunt for the striker, still looking to replace Danny. Any news on that? Any updates you can give us?
Yeah, look, we knew this would be the last game. Look, Dre's been good today as well. Dre isn't a centre forward. We've got a position for Dre to play, and I think when Dre's at his best, he's the best in that position for us. So we've got centre forwards 2 that will be coming into the building as of next week, and they're very good, and I'm excited because one, who I've been trying to get now for about 2-3 weeks, has turned down National League clubs to come here, and it isn't for any other reason than he just likes what we're doing. Feels like he'll be at home in this environment, and he's come to the game today and met the players. So look, fantastic sort of coup for us, because like I say, he could have went to National League, and another striker coming in again will offer us some pace and strength, and we'll be in, and I've said to the players as well, as week potentially next week, I could have the strongest Russell squad I've ever had, which is exciting for me. We've got good competition for places, so the lads have to go out and work hard now to keep their shirt, and if they don't, they know it could be a long time coming before they get it back, because at some stage this season we'll go 3 wins on the trot, and when we do, and we just get that little bit of luck here and there, we'll be on good runs, and I'm excited for that, and I think the boys coming in, both of them will be key to us, sort of one, succeeding on our journey, but 2, also entertaining supporters, because I think if he's playing today, I think we get 3 points.